In this video, we show you possibilities for automated sample preparation. This is an excerpt of an online seminar from January 2023. In our YouTube playlist, you will find more automated workflows, as well as an overview of possibilities to automate your own sample preparation workflow.
So I would like to give you an idea on how to automate your individual workflows. Which possibilities do we have there? Let me start with some considerations. So if we want, for example, analyze pesticides in tomatoes, how can we get the tomatoes to the instrument? So normally, the instrument does not have something like a door for these tomatoes to analyze them, but we need to transfer the pesticides from the tomato matrix into a form which can be analyzed by the instrument. And this, of course, as you will know, we do by sample preparation. And then we can have an extract and we can inject it to the LC or GCMS system. This sample preparation is normally done manually. And as we already said a couple of times, we would like to talk today about automating these sample preparation. For example, you got very good and excellent and also user-independent quality of the analytical results. Additionally, the work is less tedious and monotonous for the lab personnel, and the people in your lab, they have more time for other important tasks like data evaluation or method development, quality control, and so on. An additional effect is that they are then less exposed to toxic solvents and reagents. The automation is not necessarily faster than the manual sample prep, but of course it can run 24/7, which is also a very great advantage. Our platform for automating sample prep is the multipurpose sampler, the MPS. We can use it as standalone on the workbench, as a workstation, or we can also couple it to analytical instruments. Mainly we do this regarding GC or GC triple quad, single quad, and also LC and LCMS. On the next slides, I will show you a couple of details on this coupling. When we talk at GERSTEL about automated sample prep, we have two concepts. So on the one hand, we can automate your individual workflows, so you translate your SOP to automation. And on the other hand, we have a couple of predefined automation solutions which we have developed in our laboratory according to certain DIN or EN or ISO norms and standards, and which we can offer right away. If you take a look at translating your SOP into automation, then of course, as I said, we take the MPS, but the MPS comes with a lot of modules, and these modules can help to automate different steps. And the modules serve as some kind of toolbox for your automation. Another aspect of automating workflows is oftentimes that we need some kind of downscaling. So normally manual methods, they are created for manual handling, as the name already says, and manual handling is oftentimes easier with larger volumes or larger masses, as can be seen here with the large sample of water in the separation funnel. For automation, we oftentimes need to scale down these volumes a little bit to make it possible to automate the sample preparation. Let me have some more words on downscaling. Besides the fact that we sometimes need to downscale, there are also a lot of benefits in downscaling. So for example, we need less sample to store and to handle, and that may lead to cost reduction because you need to have less samples in the lab. And more importantly even, we consume less solvent and we need to dispose of less solvent, so this definitely leads to cost reduction. And as I already said, downscaling oftentimes enables automation. And the nice thing is, when we do this downscaling, oftentimes we come to very similar or comparable results. And this I will explain in an example on the next slide. So let's consider about one workflow. So we take 250 milliliters of water sample, for example. We extract it with a solvent, and then we take the extract and evaporate it to dryness and reconstitute in 1 milliliter of extract volume finally. Then we have an enrichment factor of 250. If we then scale these down and take only 50 milliliter of sample, again we put on an extraction solvent, we evaporate the extract, and we might now reconstitute in only 60 microliter of extract. And this is possible in these little vials which have a conical bottom. And then again we end up with a concentration factor of 250, which we have achieved here above already. So we should achieve similar results. Now let me focus a little bit on some possibilities of automation. So which steps can we automate? So of course there are single steps we can automate. For example, of course, liquid handling, then shaking, vortexing and heating at the same time, maybe also ultrasonication, filtration, centrifugation, and a lot of things. Mainly everything you do manually in the lab can nowadays be automated with our platform. And if you combine all these single steps to more complex methods, then you can really end up to automate very comprehensive workflows. For example, liquid-liquid extraction or solid phase extraction. And oftentimes it's nice to also prepare analytical standards in an automated way. Yeah, of course, hardware is not everything we need, so we also need a good software for automating these steps, and in this case we use our Maestro control software, which controls every GERSTEL instrument, also the MPS. In the Maestro we have a range of different actions which we can choose from depending on what you really have, what modules you have on your MPS. And these actions are then freely combined in such a list here. So it's a method for the sample prep. And this list this method can then be applied to your samples, to a large sequence of samples. The nice thing with the Maestro software is that the sample preparation can be overlapped. So sample preparation is here, this part. And the sample preparation can be overlapped with the chromatographic run. So sample 1 is running in the GCO LCMS system, and sample 2 is already prepared, so that we do not lose really time with the sample preparation.
Follow the link to watch the whole online seminar.